Lots of people are moving to Rockville, Maryland and North Bethesda, Maryland. Do you want to know why? Watch this video all the way through to the end because some of the pros and cons may actually surprise you. Hi, I'm Khadine Fisher, your local Rockville, Maryland and North Bethesda, Maryland real estate agent. If you ever decide to buy, sell, invest, or relocate to North Bethesda or Rockville, Maryland, I'll be more than happy and I would absolutely love to help you on that journey of buying or selling your home in Rockville and or North Bethesda, Maryland. Now, let's jump into the pros and the cons. We're going to start off with the pros. The first pro of living or moving to Rockville/North Bethesda, Maryland is that it is super convenient to I-95, I-495, I-270, and even what we call the ICC, which is a toll road. In addition to that, we have a metro here, and the metro in Rockville is actually the red line because we have different color lines for the entire metro system. So in Rockville, we're on the red line. Within Rockville, Maryland itself, there are actually 3 different metro stations that you can actually take. There's a Twin Brook metro station, there's a North Bethesda metro station, and there's the Rockville metro station. So all 3 are within Rockville. The next pro, it is conveniently located close to Washington, D.C. and to Northern Virginia. We actually have a lot of people who they live in Rockville, Maryland and they work in Washington, D.C. or they live in Rockville, Maryland and they work in Northern Virginia. Actually, I did that a few years ago. I was living in Rockville and I was working in Washington, D.C. And then there's another time I was living in Rockville and I was working in Northern Virginia. So it's with all the different highways that we have here, it's really easy to get around the DMV area. The next pro is that it's a very dog-friendly city. So therefore, if you have your little fur babies, this is the place for you. We have a place called Pike and Rose. They have completely built a dog park and they have like lots of fun things for your dogs to do. And then they have like a little area with refreshments so the adults can converse with each other while the pups are enjoying each other's company. It's just an amazing place. Rockville also has like other dog parks and lots of other little activities for your dogs. So there's lots to do here if you have dogs. Another pro of Rockville is that we actually have a really good hospital located here. It's called the Shady Grove Hospital, located in Rockville, Maryland. As well as we're also located very close to 2 other really good hospitals. There's one hospital called Suburban Hospital, which is located in Bethesda, Maryland, and another hospital that's called Holy Cross Hospital, which is located in Germantown, Maryland. So Germantown, Maryland is a city that is north of Rockville, and Bethesda, Maryland is a city that is south of Rockville, Maryland. So they're both really close. Another pro of living in Rockville and North Bethesda, Maryland would be that we have great schools here. Our schools here rank in the top 10 and top 20 in the entire country. We actually have 3 high schools that are really good and they're ranked statewide as well as they're ranked nationwide. These 3 really good high schools are Richard Montgomery High School, Walter Johnson High School, and Thomas S. Wooten High School. Thomas S. Wooten High School is actually ranked number 3 in the entire state of Maryland. So we have great schools here. Most kids graduate from these 3 high schools and they go on to Ivy League colleges and universities and so forth. Another pro of living in Rockville and North Bethesda, Maryland would be the fall and the spring weather. It's absolutely gorgeous and perfect. We have all 4 seasons here, but the pro in terms of the weather would be fall and spring. The temperatures are just perfect. It's like in the 70s, The trees are changing color, the leaves on the trees are changing color, and it's just gorgeous, beautiful. The scenery here is amazing. Another pro is that we have a wide variety of grocery stores. We have Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Giant, Harris Teeter, Safeway, and lots more to choose from. Another pro would also be that this area is a very diverse area. There are people here from all different races, ethnic backgrounds, religions, you name it, even people from different countries. It's a super diverse area. As a matter of fact, Rockville made it on the list. I believe they made it in the top 10 of one of the most diverse cities to live in America, and that's out of over 500 cities. So they were ranked pretty high. Another pro is that Rockville and North Bethesda, those two areas are actually really good, and they offer tons of job opportunities. And the reason for that is because we have a lot of biotech companies that are headquartered here in Rockville. We also have a very heavy presence of the federal government here in Rockville, and also too in Washington, D.C., which is really close by. We have the presence of the military. We have Walter Reed in Bethesda, Maryland. And we also have another military base. We have Fort Meade, which is in Hanover, Maryland. And we also have a lot of large corporate companies here. So because of that, we have tons of job opportunities here in Rockville and North Bethesda. Another pro of living here, we have amazing shopping and restaurants. Here, we have the downtown Rockville area. They have like a lot of restaurants there. I've gone to tons of restaurants there. So if you ever need recommendations whenever you're in town or you plan to move here, I can definitely share those recommendations with you. And if you've gone to some of those restaurants, please do drop a comment below and let me know which ones you went to and did you like them, what did you like, etc. Another great place for really good restaurants would be Pike & Rose. Pike & Rose is in North Bethesda. It has tons of restaurants, tons of stores to shop. It also has like the iPic movie theater and lots more to do. I've eaten at almost all the restaurants located at Pike & Rose. So if you also need recommendations for restaurants at Pike & Rose, I can definitely share some of those with you. And if you've eaten at Pike & Rose, please do let me know which restaurants were some of your favorites. So another pro of living in Rockville and or North Bethesda is that we are close to 3 airports. We actually have one airport, which is BWI Airport, which is located in Baltimore, Maryland. We have Reagan National Airport, which is located in Washington, D.C. And we have Washington Dulles International Airport, which is located in Northern Virginia. Rockville is actually in the middle of all 3. So you could choose to fly in and fly out of any of the 3 because Rockville is right in the middle of them all. Those were all the pros. Now it's time to dive into the cons. So the first con is that when it comes to summer and winter, some summers are really hot. Like the temperatures can be 90 degrees and the humidity can be 100 or more. So the summers are really hot. In terms of the winters, for the most part, most winters are mild, but every few years we'll get a really bad winter where we'll get a lot of snow, we'll get some ice, some sleet, some wintry mix. So there's that to consider. Another con of living in Rockville and North Bethesda is that it is very expensive. It could cost you anywhere starting at like $400,000 and upwards just to buy like a small condo. And to buy a single family home, it could cost you anywhere from like $650,000 to upwards of over $1 million to buy a single family home in Rockville and North Bethesda. So it's really expensive to live here. Another con is that depending on where in Rockville you purchase a home, there's a part of Rockville that's considered to be just Rockville by itself, and then there's another part that's considered to be Rockville City. Those who live in Rockville City, they actually have what's called a Rockville City tax that you have to pay. We can go into more information about that in another video. And once you get the ball rolling and you start looking for homes, your lender, once you provide the address, your lender will be able to tell you whether or not that home is located in Rockville City, where you have to pay that extra Rockville City tax. Another con of living in this area: traffic. There's lots of traffic in Rockville and North Bethesda because it's a booming city. We have tons of people living here. We have tons of people moving here still. It's a thriving city. It's very vibrant and it's a great place to live. And as a result, because you have that many people, we do have traffic. So, but you do have options around that. You can choose to take the metro so that you can avoid the traffic or cut out some of the traffic, or you can plan your driving time around rush hour time. And the final con would be that we have tons of traffic speed cameras everywhere. So whenever you drive in Rockville and North Bethesda, I would recommend that you follow the speed limit, because if not, they will mail you a ticket because there are speed cameras everywhere. Well, thank you so much. That concludes the cons for living in Rockville and North Bethesda, Maryland. So again, I am Khadine Fisher, your local Rockville and North Bethesda real estate agent. And if you ever decide to buy, sell, invest, or relocate to Rockville or North Bethesda, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. My information is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching this video.